So today I'm going to give you 3 strategies to control your mind and emotions so that you can have a powerful day. Now, before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more content. You ready? Let's go. Hey, what's going on? I'm Terrence Sams. Listen, your mind is by far the most powerful tool you possess. It's a divine gift from God. It's actually designed to shape your reality. Whether you know it or not, everything is a way of thinking. Everything. Even in the Bibles, in Romans 12, it says that the only way to truly change your life, to step into a stronger, wiser, and a more empowered version of yourself, the only way to do that is to change the way you think. See, if we want to break free and overcome challenges to become the person that God has called us to be, it's going to start in your mind. That's where everything starts. So I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered how a person could love God but still live beneath their potential? Like love God, love Jesus, but constantly fight for their limitations, in and out of toxic relationships. Have you ever met someone who loves God, but they're mean? They're nasty and cantankerous? Yeah. See, here's the deal. When we accept Jesus, our spirit is born again, but our mind is still broken. Our mind needs a lot of work because our thoughts, they remain in the past, focused on what happened last week, last month, even 5 or 10 years ago. And all of those things and those thoughts, they can hinder us from the blessings that God has for us. So I don't know about you, but we often talk about visions, dreams, and goals. Here's what I've learned. Most people don't have a vision problem. They have a thinking problem. Yeah, most people don't have a vision problem. They have a mindset issue. See, let me break this down for you. We have to understand that we have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Now, our lives are controlled primarily by our subconscious mind, because that's where our deep desires live. Our belief system, that hidden belief system, that's where it lives. All of our habits, good habits and bad habits, all of those things are stored in our subconscious mind. You may have heard that you don't decide your future. You decide your habits, and your habits decide your future. That's because your subconscious mind, it controls over 90% of your everyday lives. 90% of your responses are based off of what's inside of your subconscious mind. This is why King Solomon said, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Yeah. Your heart determines the course of your life. Proverbs 4:23. Now here's the point that you need to get, this powerful point. The heart in the Bible is not the thing that's pumping in our chest. Theologians believe that when you see the word heart in the Bible, it's talking about the mind. More specifically, the subconscious mind. Yeah, if we erase and replace, that verse will read like this: guard your subconscious mind above all else, because it determines the course of your life. Get it? Makes sense? I hope it does. I hope it does. So how do we shift our subconscious mind? Right? How do we reprogram our subconscious mind so that we could have a powerful day and we can live the life that God wants us to live? Be the person that He designed us to be and to have a powerful day. How do we do that? So number one, we have to understand that our subconscious mind is most active between like 5 to 15 minutes after we wake up. So what that means is, if we're going to reprogram our minds within the first 5 to 20 minutes after we wake up, we can't run the social media. We can't jump on the phone and start talking on the phone or running around acting as business as usual. No, we have to be intentional. When we first wake up in the morning, we have to listen to something empowering. Listen to something positive, something that's going to build up your spirit. All of those things affect how we run our day. I'm telling you, if you control your morning, you will dominate your day. Yeah. So we have to understand that the most powerful and most important thing in our lives is to control our minds, to protect our minds, to invest in our minds. So number 2, we also have to consider that our words has a lot of power. I'm telling you, the most powerful message you will ever hear is the one that you tell yourselves. Most people will often say, speak life, speak over ourselves, speak an affirmation. I'm cool with affirmations. However, studies show that although affirmations work, they're nowhere near as effective or as dominant as a question. See, when we first say our affirmations, you can agree with me on this. When we first say our affirmation, we feel like a fraud, or if we're lying to ourselves. That's because our mind struggles with what's known as cognitive dissonance. Basically, our thoughts and our actions, they're not aligned. So we may say, I am fit, I am healthy, but then self-doubt creeps in, right? And it says, man, you know you ate them cookies last night. You ate that cake and ice cream yesterday. Stop lying to yourself, right? But with a question actually tricks the mind, and it bypasses the self-doubt. And our brains will go directly to looking for the answer to the question. This is because questions momentarily hijacks our brains. It takes over our thought process, and our brains will automatically try to answer the question. So we have to grab a hold of this one true and powerful. I'm telling you, write this one down. One of the primary functions of our minds is that it wants to prove us right. Yes, confirmation bias is real. Our mind is always searching for evidence. It's always searching for that thing to support what we believe. Our mind wants to prove us right. And this could be dangerous because it actually impacts how we gather and process information. Sometimes we may say, why am I broke? Or why can't I catch a break? Or why can't I lose weight? Well, I'm telling you, those are negative, disempowering questions. So when you ask those type of questions, the brain will also automatically search for evidence to support that thought process. So we have to be very careful with the questions that we ask ourselves. So here's how we do it. You ready? Here's how you do it. You want to create an affirmation in the form of a question. Basically, add the word why to your affirmation. So if you were going to say, my body is healthy and fit and full of life, you will add the question and say, why is my body healthy, fit, and full of life? If you were going to say money comes easily, you will say, why does money come easily? Or why does my life overflow with opportunities? See, what happens is when we ask a question like this, it not only shifts our mood, but it actually encourages our mind to search for the answer to that question. This technique is also known as a lofty question. Yeah, so we want to ask a lofty question. And number 3, we have to thank God for bringing it into our lives. Not that he will bring it into our lives, but that it's already done. So whenever you're envisioning your day and you're praying about it and you see yourself having peace and happiness and joy and wealth, and the kids are going great and everything's falling in line, you want to thank God. You want to thank God that it's already done. Here's what it says in Mark 11. It says you can pray about anything. And if you believe that you've received it, it will be yours. Notice that there is an ED at the end of receive. That means it's already done. You have to believe that you've already have it. You have to walk in the expectancy and the knowing that it's already done. So when you pray, you have to shift your mind to the future and thank God in advance. Thank him in advance as if it is already done. Why? Because it is. I need you to speak with faith, see it completed, and trust that his promises are true. I'm telling you, there's power in instant gratitude. How do you control your mind and emotions so you can have a powerful day? Number one, once again, be cognizant of what you listen to when you first wake up in the morning. If you control your morning, you can dominate your day. All right. Number two, create an affirmation in the form of a question. Because when you ask yourself a question, your mind automatically begins to look for answers. I'm telling you, whenever you ask the right question, that is half of the solution to the problem. Yeah. And number three, instant gratitude. Man, you got to believe that you've already received it. You have to believe that you've already accomplished it. You have to believe deep down inside that it's already done.